that means.
Well, I guess that's why I'm saying I don't know that I would contrast those like so harshly. But it like rather it might like it says responsive to the lives of the students of color, right? So like it might be the best solution is actually engaging with that student that is falling behind, a student of color in this case particularly, and trying to find what experiences in their life might relate. I mean, I've had students that I had a black student once who I was like, when I would talk about like money more, it was easier for him to conceptualize like fractions and stuff. When I would
sure, but do you see that like you're doing?
I'm not saying again. I'm not saying that like white kids would also not benefit.
No, you're
from
doing.
Being able to
You're giving me
way.
the liberal answer. Like I would engage with him as an individual, but that's not my issue. If you're telling me you would engage with an individual and find out things, that's fine. But my issue is when you stereotype it to like, well, different races of kids might like engage with math in different ways, which is what this seems to be saying.
Well, there might again. I'm not like. I do want to be clear that I like this. A lot of this stuff I've learned a lot about this in the past couple of years, but I'm not like you know, I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. Like I obviously computer science, hence the radical coder thing. So like I didn't take any I didn't learn any of this stuff formally. Okay. So I do want to be clear about that. But like I think what's being said here is that like it's not saying that there are specific strategies that you only apply to students of color, but that they might be like students of color might be more likely to need these strategies approached or to like to like might benefit more from these strategies being implemented than like white students on average.
Sure, but then it just sounds like you should just be responsive to the needs of your students.
I mean, like you could say that, but
we didn't say that. We're
think,
implying that students of color have a unique set of needs.
I don't think. Well, I mean, they do.
What are they
on average? Well, they. I mean, like, they're. I don't. Whatever it is that's making them perform worse, right?
Is it their
like
genes? What? You gotta
No,
tell me
it's
what are we
obviously
talking
not.
about? But what are we talking about? I'm so. If this was Fuentes, I would be accusing you of dog whistling right now. So I'm trying to figure out what the talking about. What does it mean? Like if I was tasked with like. And this is especially as I spent a lot of time arguing with racists. I'm not saying you're racist. Mm-hmm. And then I spent a lot of time arguing with red pillars, right? If people want to talk about men and women, now I think there's more in similar than there is in difference, but dealing with the differences in men and women have made me erase like a lot of the racial that I saw. Because like men and women are distinctly separate creatures, and there are different things that we hardcore treat in different ways. And I can see those differences. But if you spend a lot of time around a lot of different people, I don't think I would teach a black kid or a white kid math differently. So I'm just trying. I don't know what the means. Design homework policies that are responsive to the lives of students of color in order to support their learning needs. Like
so
for instance,
what I interpret from that is that students of color are going to be disproportionately beneficial, or are going to disproportionately benefit from engaging with like homework policies that are responsive to their lives specifically.
To their lives specifically, that's an individual thing. Or unless you mean like the life.
Two more pieces. Here's your seeds, Cometer rattlers, happy spiders. And two pieces of jewelry. Someone there. Word. Word. Oh, that was easy. Thank you for the shot. Rude. Have you spider flesh? No? That's actually insane. It's the Rhea no drop. Wait for my evac because my ship's already full. Hey look, more shots. What is it doing? Oh, there's definitely two of them. Don't notice me, man. Cool. Another guy? Don't notice me. I am a bush. Easy. That's how we do it. My heart is going. Holy. Holy fuck. Yeah, we take those. We definitely take those. Or whatever. Did I drop it? You keep me going, bro. Nice. That was like as good as it could have gotten. That guy just pulled up out of nowhere. Actually perfect.
Good pick.
I'll just go and defease it.
A decent choice. That was underpriced, I assure you. A decent choice. Purchase complete. Anything else? Try not to break that. Purchase complete. Anything else? Purchase complete. Anything else?
When did you get here?
Been here like 10 minutes.
When? This guy's been here for 15 minutes.
Don't forget to pick up those storm supplies, Prospector. Should be next to your pod.
You a munch.
That was the literal month.
You a munch.
In fact, he just voted her.
He said that I'm good.
I'm gonna pick out the beat.
Shut up, man.
Even when he puts his shit where he shouldn't have. Oh! Yeah, no fall damage, that's right. Calculated. I'm getting late, bud.
What?
I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
Bitch.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
I will try to believe. How the fuck does this shit work? Oh wait.
Okay. Very cool. I'll be back.
Okay.
Purchase complete. Anything else?
I feel super fucking worn out, I don't know why.
Yeah, if you're just trying to go to bed, that's cool. Cause I
Try
have to
not
take a
to break
shower.
that. I hope you know how to use that.
I still gotta like study, so
I hope you know how to
I'm
use
down
that.
to watch it, bro.
I'm gonna,
I hope
I'm
you
still
know how
waiting
to
on my
use
food, I'm
that.
hungry.
Try not to break that.
Still dead, I don't know why. I slept a shit ton today, I don't think me sleeping is the issue, it's just, I don't know.
Purchase complete. Anything else? I hope you know how to use that.
Hello?
Hey, I think it's out of 2006 with your Olive.
Okay, thank you, just give me 1 second. My mom is making me food now.
Nice.
I hope you know how to use that. A decent choice.
Should be some supplies outside your pod. You're gonna need them.
Some strawberries would go hard right now. What? Nothing changed.
I didn't see anything important.
Okay. heard birds go by.
How long do you think it's gonna be for your food?
Oh, there goes my life.
I think I might go take a shower.
Ooh.
Back.
Alexa, set AC to cool.
It's set to cool.
قدامك قد ايه معلم؟ بردي؟ ايه؟
More 10 minutes.
هي مش هتقعد 10 دقايق دي.
لا ولا انت خدت المال بتاعتي من تحت؟
لا. ليه خدت الماي بتاعك من تحت؟ انت نزلت تحت. انت نزلت تحت.
معرفش في الازازة. ممكن شربتها ما خدتش بالي.
No water refillment. One more, bro. Crazy. You two kills and evac.
Prospector. Here are your rewards, then. Prospector. All right, assigning that work to you. Don't let me keep you.
Anything we can help you with? Careful, last prospector failed that one. Remember, the ICA is always...
Is there something you need? Yes, you should be able to handle that.
Yes, you should be able to suck my dick.
Ah, Prospector. Working for Korolev today, huh? Good.
Working for Korolev today, huh? Oh, good. Somewhere.
Excellent.
Lives of a
It
like
is
student.
it is individual, but like I mean there might again I don't know what like some specific examples are. It's not like
Okay.
but like I mean the U.S. is still largely segregated, right? Like we still have like black people are largely condensed in certain areas.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that perpetuate that as well, with like the way that housing, the way that like low income housing is built and stuff. That's a whole different conversation. But like, so these things exist, right? So there are going to be like experiences in those communities that are going to be more prominent than outside of those communities, right?
Sure, but like, tell me that this doesn't sound like something that like would come out of like an American First textbook, like a Nick Fuentes textbook, right?
I don't think so. No,
Center ethnomathematics.
Yeah.
Recognize the ways that communities of color engage in mathematics and problem solving in their everyday lives. For instance, calculating your mother's credit card rate, figuring out how much your dad owes on a payday loan. Like, what's the difference between an eighth of wheat versus 2 grams? Like, what does that mean?
Wait. So those examples, they're not in this book, right?
No. But I'm saying like that's no. What are the examples? That's why I'm asking for an example. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know, but I bet that well, I mean, let's try to figure it out. Maybe this does. Let's see. Use of mathematics to help solve problems affecting students' communities. Model the use of math as a solution to their immediate problems in the So again, it's about. Wait, hang on. You're gonna hate this third one. Identify and challenge the ways that math is used to uphold capitalist, imperialist, and racist views.
I wasn't honestly. I read ahead of myself. I wasn't gonna. I don't know why that has anything to do with this.
I mean, you don't think there's any way it could?
I mean, anything could be used for anything, but math is numbers. I think that's more appropriate in like a sociology class. We could talk about how different economic structures might uphold forms of racism or how people could whatever. But in a math curriculum.
I think the value of math is both an abstract concept and as well as a useful everyday tool. I think a lot of framing of math is like math education is just that like we're learning these abstract, like very hard and fast rules, and that it, like math is viewed as a very very rigid like educational program. Like that it's like set in stone, like one or like very very specific and particular ways to learn math. But I think that like there's a lot of fluidity and like I view math as a creative field. And I think that is, like kind of leaning into that is part of this.
Okay, well we'll go. I mean, we can read through it. I'm sure there's a lot of examples here. So
I hope so. There should be. I mean, if there's not, then that would be my critique. Is that it needs more examples about these specific like points. But I think a lot of these a lot of this stuff comes from. It's all centered around the how to be an anti-racist or something. Or no, not that one. It's dismantling racism. Jones and Oken. In their Dismantling Racism workbook, which might be a separate conversation. But yeah, we can keep moving.
okay.
What's one of the next bullet points that I kind of
Well,
lost?
I'm reading through. So I can I mean, like, it's not, but like, teach students of color about their mathematical legacy and ancestral connection and
that's the one.
I mean, like,
Yeah, that's what I brought up earlier. But I think the last bullet point in that section kind of explains like why that's important. Like giving rightful credit to the discovery of math concepts by mathematicians of color. Like I'm sure that there's a lot of like math history that's been kind of whitewashed, right?
yeah, there might have been, yeah. But okay, just scrolling through.
And that's something worth exploring, especially like I think one of the things that's mentioned in here somewhere is like the Pythagorean theorem. That's like specifically like was used before Pythagoras, but like we still like kind of name it after him.
That's true of a lot of stuff in math, by the way. Sometimes people discover
sure.
things and it's not formally like attributed to a mathematician or physicist until later when they figure out a different application. Where like that happens a lot.
Yeah, I agree. But I think there's probably a disproportionate framing in terms of like the racialized ideas of these things, right? So, like who
could be. Sure, that's possible. Yeah.
reclaim concepts attributed to white mathematicians that should be attributed to mathematicians of color. And I wish, again, my biggest critique of this book would probably be the lack of examples with some of these things.
Well, no. I think there are examples. Which is what I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Come on over, buddy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I haven't read through this whole thing before, so this might be a lot of fun, okay?
Yeah.
Who are my students? Students are tracked. Engage. White supremacy culture shows up in math classrooms when... ... Students are tracked. Too often, students are tracked in the notion that adults know what the right thing is for them, which does not allow room for student agency, reinforcing paternalism and power play. Often, placement into different tracks reflect subjective metrics of ability without acknowledging prior opportunities or experiences. Following the same vein, leadership often decides which teacher is right or which course without allowing input from the teachers, students, or parents. Instead, provide students with opportunities to give feedback to teachers of the classroom instruction. Verbal example. 5. Understand.
We have a range of aggro, bro.
5. How well did I teach this today? Classroom activity. Exit tickets or surveys ask students to identify how well teachers taught, what helped them learn, what got in the way of their learning, etc. Professional development, conduct regular surveys, and disaggregate data on teacher practices. 3 examples I thought were fine. Paragraph is consider our students to track seating, sharing, etc. Walkthroughs to assess the extent to which tracking is occurring and offer alternatives. I don't know what that means. Professional development in the ways that tracking can have a negative impact on student identity and mathematics. Professional development. Challenge the notion that a student cannot pass one course and they will not be successful in the next course. C, math is taught in a linear fashion and skills are taught sequentially without consideration of prerequisite knowledge. I don't know what that means in math.
We talked about this one. I actually know an example of this one, and I think it's mentioned somewhere later in the book. Okay. But they talk about the idea that like the idea of matrices. Matrices are not taught until like I think it's like pre-calculus is like the first time that they even engage with matrices because they're viewed as like a high-level math concept. But like to engage with matrices and like understand how to work with matrices, all you really need is like really like basic arithmetic. And so there's probably a lot more examples of like a lot of these concepts that like in the way that they're taught in those higher level math classes might be dependent on lower level math classes and things like those. But there's a lot of different ways to approach these things that aren't completely dependent.
Yeah, okay, that's true, but that's a pretty niche example. Like for advanced manipulation of matrices, that's just going to depend on what type of manipulation you're trying to do. So like if you're going to add two matrices together, technically you only need addition, right? But I mean like, yeah, I feel like in a way that statement is a bit reductive because like technically all of calculus is a lot of addition and subtraction, kind of, right?
I would say on that note, like there's probably concepts in calculus that could be introduced at a much earlier level, like without like completely.
I'm on the stream here. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Bye.